Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Get Wrenching. I'm your host, Murray. What are we doing today? Well, today we're going to install a new battery, voltage regulator, and a battery relocation kit on my 2019 450 Polaris Sportsman. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a sandwich and a beverage, and guess what? We're tearing into this. So there, guys and gals of YouTube land, if any of you didn't know, I own a 2019 Polaris Sportsman 450 utility. Comes with all the bars and what have you, and storage and whatever. But that's not what we're here for, to do a review. We're here because this lovely little piece decided to let go onto me the last time I went back to the hunting camp. So when the voltage regulator let go, it overcharged the battery, boiled it over, and shut the bike off. Well, I was halfway back out of the camp road, broke down in the biggest water hole that's on the camp road. The only thing I had to get me out of the woods was a little booster pack, and to get at the battery, I burnt my arm up pretty good because the battery is located in there, which is just not lovely. So that's where the battery relocation kit comes. So I figured if I got to replace the battery, voltage regulator, may as well get this kit as well. So I'll bring you in here for a closer look. This is not a how-to. You may pick up something from it, you may not, or you just want to watch for entertainment. It's up to you, but let's take a look at it. So YouTube, I'll show you where this battery location is. As you can see here, it's right there. This is the zip tie I had to hold my booster pack in place. It sat here and ran the cables down to the battery. That was boiling over because what happens with a fuel injected bike, as soon as you lose voltage from the battery, the bike dies. So this is the voltage regulator I got. It's, you know, not a Polaris one. I paid 181 Canadian dollars for it. There's the part number right there. As you can see, it was made in, you know,
it comes from China.
And I got the battery because, well, the local auto parts store went at $220 something. I'm not saying that their batteries aren't good. This was 84 bucks, so why not try it? If it doesn't work, well, I should have bought the 225. This is what comes in the relocation kit. You got yourself a wiring harness, all your mounting hardware, and it comes with the little voltage block, so that way you can hook your battery cables and stuff up. And also comes with this tray right here. Here's the name of it, in case of you guys and gals want to get it for yourself, for your 450. Let's see, there's a part number here. Oh, upside down, Murray. There's the part number right there. Now, of course, that's made in, you know, right on. So all three products came from Amazon. Hopefully the install shouldn't be too bad. Now, mind you, I did have to do some research on this because, like I say, I'm not familiar with bikes. I'm familiar with old big rigs. They're pretty generic. So let's get wrenching. So YouTube, first thing we got to do to get the voltage regulator. Well, it's easy to get at the voltage regulator itself. It's getting at the wires that go towards your battery. So you got to open up this trunk, which has little latches there, which you should already know if you own one of these. It has 4 Torx screws in here that you have to remove, and you may have to peel this gasket up. Just move it out of your way a little bit, like so, because we're getting in to here, like that. And I'll get these 4 Torx screws and I'll bring you in and show you what we're after. So YouTube, T20 bit. Remove these screws here. I know what you're all saying, why don't you use a power tool? Well, I don't want to strip these. These are only plastic. I usually just take these screws out, chuck them in there. They can't go any lower than that unless you got your drain plugs out, which I don't. So I'll take these out and get at the wiring harness. There, just like that. So here's what we're after. It's just down in here. This is where your main power meets your battery. So I'll get the voltage regulator off and I'll bring you guys and gals back in and show you exactly which wires to take off, because I don't really know until I get that plug off and follow it up myself. So bear with me and I'll be right back. So YouTube, I got the voltage regulator off. I just want to show you how hard this wiring harnesses are coming unplugged. Like, I have got that shoved in there and it's still not coming apart. I'm wondering if this is part of the problem, is the harnesses must burn up on these, because I did see some options for some plugs. Let's see if I can, there's that plug. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Okay. So far, so good. Now, this one's the main battery one. And yes, when you take it off, it does have this little heatsink plate, which I'll put back on the other one. So that plug's removed. And see if I can get this one removed. They are coming off hard. They just won't pull off. So what I'm doing is shove my finger in on that plug. Give it a little pry up. There we go. There. Okay. It's looking pretty good. So, yeah. I'll bring you back and I'll show you where this red and that brown or black, looks like brown, run to. Okay, YouTube, I got the wiring harness sort of disconnected and I just left it sort of hooked up so I can show you guys and gals at home what I had to go through. So on the top part of the, right here where your power junction is, I had to remove my wires for my winch, because that's where they go, because this is where you hook up all your aftermarket accessories. They're just held on by these little nuts here that are 3/8. They're not 10 mil. This bike was built in the United States, so a lot of the stuff on this is standard fasteners. So you just remove them, pull your wires off like so, and that can drop down with the harness. Now, under the bike, here's the harness here, runs all the way up through. Now there's another zip tie right there, and the other part of the harness ran down. I had to disconnect this little U-clamp here that was screwed in through the side, which was a 3/8 socket as well, and unplugged it down here just underneath your motor mount. Now also to YouTube, you want to check your wires on this to make sure they're not chafed, because what happens is your motor mounts go on these bikes and then it gets close to that harness, because that harness is not really attached that good underneath there. I had just cut a big zip tie off because I already done the motor mounts on this bike and seen it was getting close, so I just wanted to make sure. Now I just want to make sure you guys and gals know, so that way you don't have broken wires and go spend $181 for that. And God knows how much that stator is, which I'm praying to God it's not the stator that's going on this bike. Usually it's the voltage regulator. It's sort of like a little PCM. They go with crap. Yeah, so I'll get this ripped out and I'll bring you back and show you what the installed product looks like. Okay, YouTube, I got that voltage regulator in place. Here's where the wires went. So I got them all hooked back up here to my junction box. There it is there. Yes, I know I don't have all the wires zip tied up out of the way I just got it run down there to that plug because now I have to install the battery location. And then I got to put the battery in. So I don't want to put no zip ties or anything anywhere, just in case that regulator doesn't work if I have to take it back or send it back, whatever. So now let's get on to installing the battery location. Okay, YouTube, I got the bracket installed for the battery location. I got the wires ran in a little junction box that hooks the factory battery cables up to studs, so you can add the other wires that's going to jump to the battery relocation and supply the power from the battery to there and charge vice versa. I'll show you where that's at. So down here, the kit supplied had screws. You remove these factory ones that were here. They're Torex T25s and replace them with these 0.18 standard screw. It says metric, but they definitely are not. And then you just add, see that right there, you can see positive hooked up and negative. Now I just got them run up temporarily for now, right along there, running through the back into this. So this uses two factory holes that are in the frame, as you can see there where they come through, and then it uses this U-bolt that goes on your sway bar and gives her a little bit more rigidity there. So also this here gets removed and gets put here once your battery's in place, so that way you can put your factory little cover on and little pull strap that goes down here and locks in place. So I'm probably going to be another couple minutes. I just figured I'd film this right now because the neighbor was mowing and we were mowing, so too much noise going on. And like I said, it's not a how-to, it's just a little tutorial on what I'm doing today. So I'll get back at it and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, YouTube, we got everything hooked up. We're going to see if this bad boy stirs. So I got everything zip tied up in place, run through. All the wires run down into their brackets, bolted on, wired up. You can see there the zip ties that are supplied with the kit. Ran it down along. I tucked it up into here, right here, just to keep it off the frame, and I zip tied it to the existing wiring harness. Brought it back in around to here, bolted on this bracket, so that way your wire strap can clip in here like so and just pull it over the top. Now this factory top will not work with these battery ends. You can bend them if you want. I chose not to because bent wires, all that is just going to work back and forth and then eventually just snap off and give you troubles. So let's see if this bad boy runs. Okay, let's see here. Alrighty. So I got it set to the voltage. 14.8, 14.9. A little high, I think, but not. Oh, we're up to 15. Let's give her a rev here. Okay. Well, it may be high because battery's new. It's freshly charged up. So all I can say is now I'll take her for a little boot and see how she runs, and I'll let you guys and gals know here in a couple minutes how she worked. there you have it, YouTube. Everything's installed, working great, charging fine. Took it down the road, charging about 14.8, 14.9, which is pretty good, I guess. I looked it up and they said it was normal. So we're going to roll with it. If we have any more troubles, I'll make sure that you're the first to know, maybe on a little short or a little tutorial video. So that's going to conclude it for me today. If you like what you saw, give a follow, like. If you really like what you saw, how about a share? And if you really, really like what you saw and want to see more, hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss any of my new upcoming content. And ring that bell so that way, you know, you get notified as soon as I upload a new video. So anyway there, guys and gals, if you do this for a hobby or just for a living, just remember, stay safe, get wrenching. See you next time.